Now on Nightside, protests against ICE continue across the country, including here in Spokane.
Get ready for another day near 50 degrees, but that's not the trend in the first alert forecast. I'm tracking cooler, cloudier weather on the way.
Plus, flu levels are on the rise nationally. We take a look at the numbers locally to see how they stack up. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Thanks so much for staying up with us tonight. I'm Derek Dice. Less than a week after an ICE officer shot and killed a Minneapolis woman, sparking outrage and protests, demonstrations are not letting up. And as ABC's Michelle Franzen reports, Homeland Security says it's stepping up its immigration operations in the city.
Fencing and concrete barriers placed outside the Whipple Federal Building in Minneapolis, where protesters returned today, demonstrating after an ICE officer shot and killed Renee Good last week. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and his wife visiting the growing memorial on the street where Good was shot. Across Minneapolis, immigration operations are ramping up. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem on Sunday saying hundreds more federal officers will be mobilized to Minnesota to help ICE and Border Patrol do their jobs. At a press conference today, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, along with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry and St. Paul's Mayor, announced a lawsuit against Homeland Security over its federal deployment.
We are not asking ICE not to do ICE things. We are asking this federal government to stop the unconstitutional conduct that is invading our streets each and every day.
State and city authorities say demonstrations remain peaceful overall, despite heated clashes and arrests over the weekend. As federal agents arrived in one neighborhood, rammed the door open at a home, and later walked out with a man in handcuffs. There is growing criticism over the federal response to the deadly ICE shooting.
Not for ICE and deportation.
Demonstrations stretching across the country. The White House today doubling down on their support for the operations and saying the officer, Jonathan Ross, acted in self-defense.
This administration will continue to stand wholeheartedly by the brave men and women of ICE, including that officer in Minneapolis, who was absolutely justified.
Minneapolis schools reopened today for the first time since the shooting. Students at Maple Grove High School, along with Roosevelt High School, staged a walkout and protest.
Congressional Democrats are also threatening to block DHS funding if there is not a transparent investigation. Michelle Franzen, ABC News, New York.
We are having a rally here ahead of the city council meeting because people in Spokane want to see our elected officials take real action with the power they have to protect our community from ICE and to condemn Trump's illegal war on Venezuela.
Protests happening not just across the nation, but in the inland Northwest as well. Protesters gathered in front of City Hall this evening, voicing disagreement with ICE's presence in cities across the nation. The protesters then sat in for the council meeting, also opposing a federal grant from the Department of Justice. But protests weren't the only thing happening at City Hall. The Spokane City Council discussed a ban of the sale of kratom, but a vote is now being deferred to February 2nd. It's an over-the-counter painkiller that's found in convenience stores across the country. It's sold as a non-habit forming alternative to pharmaceuticals, but people who've taken the drug disagree, saying it can be addictive. We spoke with the former user, Cody Chapman, about a month ago. He says he realized how bad the addiction was after totaling his car.
It's too hard mentally and physically to just stop taking it. I think something that has that great of an effect on a person's body should not be sold at every store.
The substance ultimately landing Chapman in rehab before he could quit it entirely. The Spokane City Council approves a proposal to vacate a section of 13th Avenue near the intersection with Inland Empire Way in Vinegar Flats along Hangman Creek. The city water department operates a booster station at that intersection. The station needs to be expanded to pump more water to higher elevations like the South Hill. Vacating the road allows for that expansion. All right, a quiet and cloudy night across the region. Let's hand things over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker for a look at our first alert forecast, Chris.
It is going to stay quiet, but I think we're going to clear out some of these clouds and see some sunshine tomorrow. enjoy that while it lasts. Now, right now on our satellite and radar, we have had just a few sprinkles along I-90 in North Idaho. Also up along the Canadian border, just a little bit of very light precipitation. This will not last long. We will be dry overnight and begin clearing out a little bit by tomorrow morning. It is warm for this time of year, this time of night. We're in the mid-40s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 42 in Pullman, 49 degrees in Lewiston. Our high temperature in Spokane today, 50 degrees. That is much more like a temperature you would find in mid-March than in mid-January. It was 54 in Lewiston, lots of 40s on the map. And tomorrow we're going to be in similar territory with 40s and 50s for highs across the region. Our average high this time of year, 34, 48 in Meade, 51 in Spangle, 46 in Spirit Lake tomorrow, and 49 in Post Falls and Hayden. Again, I think we're going to see a little bit of sunshine, particularly right around noon. Again, that high of 49 compares to an average high of 34. There is cooler weather in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. Jack?
Well, thanks, Chris. And following Houston Texans' huge win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Seattle Seahawks coming up big time with their game against the San Francisco 49ers coming up in the divisional round over this weekend. Looking ahead at this game, it's going to be pretty fun. The top seed in the NFC is down. We have the night game, 5 p.m. kickoff this Saturday, Seattle's latest home playoff kickoff since hosting the Detroit Lions in the 2016 wild card. Seahawks defense smothered the 49ers in their Week 18 meeting, holding that Niners offense out of the end zone and severely limiting star running back Christian McCaffrey just 23 rushing yards. Seattle's rushing attack went from underwhelming to overwhelming. Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet combining for well over 150 yards to take the pressure off quarterback Sam Darnold, who made some pretty big mistakes in this first game we're seeing now. But the battered offensive line got an extra week to heal up. Perhaps Charles Cross can come back. But for injuries, San Francisco star tight end George Kittle confirmed out for the rest of the season, a pretty bad Achilles injury. And linebacker Fred Warner, wide receiver Ricky Purcell, they look probably unlikely to suit up as of now. Again, kickoff Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So exciting times for Seattle fans. According to betting favorites, don't want to look too far ahead, but Vegas has Seattle as the top odds to win the Super Bowl, followed by Los Angeles and then New England. And we're going to have a look at who's playing the halftime show at Lumen Field this weekend. It's a fun one. That's later on in sports. Derek, back to you.
Okay, I'm intrigued now, Jack. Thank you. Well, flu cases are on the rise across the country. The CDC estimates there have been more than 15 million cases already this season. Here in our region, Washington is seeing high flu activity, while Idaho is experiencing very high activity. And health experts are warning these numbers could climb even further. That's why hospitals in our area are taking extra precautions. Starting today, visitors under 18 are not allowed in certain units of Sacred Heart Medical Center. That includes the Children's Hospital, labor and delivery units, and the Women's Health Center. It's a temporary change meant to protect the visitors, patients, and staff.
This year it happens to be influenza is creeping up, and at the point where we're seeing roughly 2% of all of our emergency visits in the state are related to influenza, and that's our trigger to start implement masking, help keep patients and our staff safe.
This year's flu has a mutated strain that wasn't anticipated when this year's flu shot was developed. Even so, doctors say the vaccine is an important safety measure that can lessen the severity of the flu and help save lives. Washington's legislative session has begun, and one bill representatives will be debating is whether or not insurance should pay for certain life-saving treatments. Right now, many of these treatments for rare and life-threatening diseases are not covered by insurance for more than 2.7 million people who have insurance throughout the state. This bill would change the law for how these treatments are approved, making them more accessible to the patients who need them. Steve Woodard is one of the people who has had to pay out of pocket for his life-saving therapy.
All of Steve's doctors talk about the fact that he's doing so well, and it's not just that he's alive, but that he's really thriving. He's living his best life.
Steve has glioblastoma and receives a treatment called tumor treating fields. The treatment has helped Steve live with his disease for the last 2.5 years. His wife is now advocating for this bill and will testify in Olympia when it appears before a Senate committee on Friday. All right, still ahead here on Nightside. Just a couple of weeks ago, the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office was the site of a shooting. Today, we got to look at the building and the plans the county has to upgrade it coming up in a few minutes. And here's a live look over the city of Spokane. A calm night out tonight. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker breaks down the forecast for you after the break.
We got a good one tonight.
Your mom
did steal the show. Your mom, does she know she's all over the internet today?
I'm pretty sure all her girlfriends are like texting her and sending her every meme and every clip possible for sure.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Find giant savings now in Bi-Mart's latest savings book.
KXLY Plus is now streaming free over the air on KXLY 4.5. The latest headlines, breaking news, and new original local programs you won't find anywhere else. KXLY Plus, powered by 4 News Now and free over the air. All day, every day on KXLY 4.5.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $8,000 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Winter's creeping in. Is your heating system ready for the challenge ahead? Don't let an unexpected equipment failure or high energy bills impact your comfort this holiday season. At Bills, our comprehensive maintenance can discover problems before they start, giving you peace of mind to focus on what matters most. For a limited time, you can schedule a tune-up for only $59. Call us at 208-777-5528 and schedule today.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
There's something new on MeTV weeknights at 10. Now, KXLY Plus brings you fresh news and stories from 4 News Now, streaming straight to your screen. Catch it on MeTV weeknights at 10.
Would you consider us to now be friends?
I think of you as a son.
You know that I love you.
Love you.
I love your whole incredible crew.
This show is wonderful.
America needs you.
I'm going to be honest, it's too much.
Kimmel's back, weeknights on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
All right, a pretty calm day today, and it looks like the rest of the week is going to follow suit. And Chris, after last week, calm conditions probably welcome by most people. Right?
Yes, we're a little bored in the weather office, but we will definitely take it. 45 degrees and cloudy right now in Spokane, 44 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, and also overcast conditions. I'm thinking we're going to see a little bit of sunshine tomorrow. It's going to be another warm day, partly sunny skies. But as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, high pressure begins taking over, and we're going to get back into the familiar mantra of low clouds and fog. Low clouds and fog, at least for a couple days, probably more. Starting off our weather pattern tracker at our current time, 11 o'clock. As I mentioned earlier, we have a little bit of light precipitation in North Idaho and up along the Canadian border. Will not be around long. High pressure building in for Tuesday. We're going to start off with some little bit of sunshine, some warm weather, but then as that high pressure continues to build Wednesday and into Thursday, we'll end up with those temperature inversions where the cold air settles in at the surface, warm air stacks on top of it, and that traps in the clouds, the low fog, and the pollutants. So we could end up with some air quality concerns as the week goes on. Of course, we'll keep you updated if that is the case, and you can go up to the mountains to find the sunshine. You're not going to find any fresh snow. This is our forecast precipitation for the next 5 days. Just maybe a little bit up here in Boundary County. This is sad that it is so very, very dry. Temperatures will take a little bit of a dip once we get trapped in with the low cloud and fog deck, and then moderate heading into the weekend with temperatures just a little above average. Again, our average high 34 degrees. Our 8 to 14 day forecast trends a little bit toward above average temperatures, but not an especially strong signal one way or another. Same holds true for precipitation, but at least it's leaning toward above average precipitation, which would be welcome, especially in the form of snow in the mountains. Down here in the valleys for the next week, we are absolutely dry. Now, on Wednesday and Thursday, as we get into that fog and low cloud situation, occasionally you will see a few snow flurries or from some freezing drizzle condensing out of the fog, but that's the only sign of precipitation that I see as a possibility. It was a beautiful sunset tonight, and I am so happy that Paula Zanter Stout captured this stunning scene for us. It is just such a vivid, colorful sunset. She captured this image south of Moses Lake. Derek.
My hometown has the best sunsets, I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right, Chris, thank you. The Shoshone County Sheriff's Office had a partial reopening today while it continues to repair damage from last month's shooting. You can still see some of the bullet holes in the glass fired by a 77-year-old man from Mullen who also shot 2 women outside of the sheriff's office. In the end, 3 people were hit but survived. The man from Mullen was shot and killed by deputies. Shoshone County Sheriff William Eddy says they are working on bringing in extra security measures to keep staff and the public safe.
I think it'll always feel different. You know, that was a big deal. I mean, who comes into a police or sheriff's office and shoots it up? I mean, that's other than somebody looking suicide by cop.
Sheriff Eddy says his office is working to find grants to fund extra security technology to keep the building safe. He expects the courthouse to add security as well. All right, still had tensions with Iran rising today. The number of protesters killed in anti-government demonstrations now over 600. And President Trump says he's considering taking action. The details after the break.
Later tonight on Nightline, an arrest in the double murder of a happily married dentist and his wife. What authorities say about the alleged shooter's connection to the victims. Plus, inside Hollywood's Party of the Year, who won big at this year's Golden Globes?
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's an available desk inside the cab, an available tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power on board to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Eastern Washington University is the region's polytechnic. And that means we don't do things like everyone else. We put hands-on learning at the forefront of everything we do. Our Polytechnic plays trumpet, learns applied ethics, and studies humanities and education. It powers the research centers that give our STEM graduates an edge in the workforce. We are your Eastern Washington University, the region's Polytechnic.
We're cooking up something special. Yolk's Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house, every day, by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients. And sold exclusively at Yolk's Fresh Markets.
Right now, you could help make life-changing wishes come true for local kids with critical illnesses. 4 News Now is teaming up with Make-A-Wish for the Wishes in Flight Mileage Drive to help local kids like Hazel.
I swam with the mermaids. Thank you to Make-A-Wish.
Scan the QR code or visit KXLY.com today and donate your miles or points and help wishes take flight.
Every mile makes a kid smile.
Let's make wishes take flight together.
Help kids like me.
The Ford F-150 redefines working remotely. There's an available desk inside the cab, an available tailgate work surface out back, and available Pro Power on board to plug in what you need. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rivers City Glass.
President Trump now says he's considering military action in Iran as tensions escalate between the two nations. The State Department telling Americans to leave the country now amid deadly anti-government protests. This comes as widespread internet outages have been reported in Iran. Human rights groups estimate Iran's regime has killed more than 600 protesters now and arrested at least 10,000 others. ABC's Melissa Adan has the story.
President Trump trading threats with the leader of Iran as anti-government protests grow on the streets of Tehran. The State Department telling Americans to leave Iran now as President Trump imposes immediate tariffs on any country doing business with it. Iran has been under a level 4 do not travel advisory for several years. Human rights groups estimate more than 600 demonstrators have been killed as families search for their deceased relatives in body bags.
There's no place for the morgue to even put them. Families showing up trying to pick them up, and they're not releasing the body until they pay. They want them to pay money to the government to get the body.
Iranian-American doctor Kayvan Muradi calling it a massacre, saying Iranian doctors are forced to treat wounded protesters inside homes, fearing the victims could be arrested at hospitals. After making threats if the regime used violence, President Trump now saying Iranian leaders called him over the weekend, claiming they want to negotiate, echoing a statement today by Iran's foreign minister who said the country is prepared for war, but ready to negotiate.
We're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options.
This as solidarity protests are happening across the world. The FBI is now investigating this incident in Los Angeles Sunday after a U-Haul truck plowed into a crowd, apparently demonstrating in support of protests in Iran. Police say the truck displayed signs opposing the views of the protesters. The crowd jumping out of the truck's path, that driver arrested and charged with reckless driving. Melissa Adan, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Likely connected to the ongoing conflict, President Donald Trump says he's imposing new tariffs on any country doing business with Iran. The president announced a 25% tariff in a social media post today, saying the order is final and goes into effect immediately. The White House has not provided more details about the tariff or how it will be implemented, but the order could make goods from China, a major trading partner for both Iran and the U.S., significantly more expensive to import. All right, now for some of our top trending stories in the 4 News Now story tracker. At number 3, a story we told you about last week, a shift in the Spokane Police Department's approach to interacting with homeless people. The change in focus puts an emphasis on getting a person treatment first, as opposed to the previous philosophy of finding shelter first. Next, Seahawks fans likely driving this one. Seattle getting ready to host round 3 against San Francisco in the NFC Divisional Playoffs this Saturday night. And at number 1, a heartwarming story about a Colbert boy's wish to meet with the Mariners. In Kirsten O'Connor's story, see Seton James's interactions with his baseball heroes and how it was all made possible by Make-A-Wish. You can find each of these stories and much more on our website, KXLY.com. Well, the Trump administration reached an agreement with drug maker AbbVie that it says will drop the price of some medicines. Officials at AbbVie say they will offer these medications to Medicaid and consumers at the lowest price available in peer countries. Other medications will also be sold at discounted costs. Among the drugs that are part of the most favored nation pricing includes Combigan, which treats glaucoma, and Synthroid, a thyroid hormone medication. The specifics of the discounts were not disclosed. Paramount is taking its pursuit of Warner Brothers Discovery to court. David Ellison's media company is asking a Delaware court to force Warner Brothers Discovery to provide information about its deal with Netflix. He'd been trying to buy WBD for months, but the company's board of directors inked a deal with Netflix instead. Now, Ellison is trying to gain control of it in a hostile takeover where Paramount buys a majority of its stock. For that to work, though, a sufficient number of WBD shareholders would have to agree to sell. Right now, they're split on whether Paramount or Netflix is offering the better deal. Apple is teaming up with Google to power artificial intelligence for the iPhone. The two tech giants announced a deal today that lets Apple use Google's Gemini AI model to support its updated version of Siri. The move could help give Apple more time to work on its own AI development plan, which has had delays. Apple is planning on releasing the updated version of Siri, powered by Gemini, later this year. All right, Jack Wallace is here now, and Jack Gonzaga and Washington State meet this Thursday down in Pullman.
This battle for the Inland Northwest comes at a pretty critical time for both these squads. Take a look at how the Cougs handle not just this tough game, but an even tougher stretch all ahead. Next in sports.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Miss Guillory is a one-woman hurricane.
I'm an incredible multitasker.
But she connects with cases in ways conventional detectives cannot.
I think I just figured it out.
I never doubted you for a second, Guillory.
I left my phone in the car. Give me yours.
The last time I let you borrow my phone.
I changed the ringtone to Baby Got Back. I haven't heard the end of it.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. She did it again.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve. Don't let big insurance get ahead of you.
Our team acts quickly to handle everything for you.
After my recent accident, I knew I needed help, so I called Craig Swap and Associates. They really fought for me and treated me fairly every step of the way.
Don't wait. Call Craig Swap and Associates today and let us handle it for you. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
The 30th annual Inland Northwest RV Show is back. The big multi-dealer show at the Spokane Fairgrounds, January 22nd through 25th. Beat the rush and preview units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake and North Spokane. Every RV at R&R RV is show price. Reserve yours before the big multi-dealer show, January 22nd through 25th at the Fairgrounds. R&R RV, your RV superstore in Liberty Lake and North Spokane. Or shop now at rnrrv.com.
Did you or someone you know live, work, or enjoy time in Lincoln County, Montana at least 10 years ago? If so, you may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. 1 in 4 screened have developed an asbestos-related disease. Hope is here. The Center for Asbestos-Related Disease, CARD, in Libby, provides free screenings, care, and resources to those impacted by asbestos exposure. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Contact the CARD Clinic, comprehensive care for exposure and disease.
Seattle Seahawks learned they played the San Francisco 49ers after last night's games, but now tonight they know they're kicking off under the Lumen Field lights Saturday night. The Hawks host the Niners for both the second time this season and the second time ever in the playoffs, beating them in the 2013 NFC Championship game. Seattle is a perfect 6-0 all-time against NFC teams as the #1 seed, making the Super Bowl in 05, 2013, and 2014, all the top bird in the conference. They look to continue their recent success, unbeaten in 7 straight games, capped off by this Niners win just 2 weeks ago in a defensive masterclass, 13-3. And now the Seahawks know they're getting some extra special entertainment this weekend with rapper Lil Jon gracing Lumen Field for the halftime show. The Atlanta rapper is no stranger to Seattle sports, as his Out of Your Mind often played on kickoffs in Legion of Boom era, and the Seattle Mariners frequently play Turn Down for What. The Seattle Kraken won an impressive 4-2 game at Madison Square Garden against the New York Rangers. Hey, it's spearheaded by former Spokane Chief Berkeley Catton. He scored this tie-breaking goal in the third period to help Seattle snap back-to-back losses and rally from down 2-0. Catton now has 4 goals in his last 4 games, a sharp uptick after no goals across his first 27 games at the NHL level. Seattle stays east. They play the New Jersey Devils on Wednesday. And it's an understatement to say the Washington State Cougars are in a brutally tough stretch right now. The Cougs just came off a tight road loss at the St. Mary's Gales, host the Zags on Thursday, and then travel to the San Francisco Dons. That's 3 games against the top 4 of the conference. And Cougs head coach David Riley spoke after the Oregon State win about how significantly important taking any wins over a hard run can be.
We prepared ourselves with a non-conference slate that I think hopefully we're not shocked by the athleticism or physicality of who we're going to go face the next few games. Those are 3 really talented teams, and it's all about us. Like there's adjustments we got to make depending on who we're playing, but with this team and where we're at and all the new faces that we got to really just grow and get better at what we do.
Cougs look for their first Quad 1 win in the net rankings. They're 0-8 in Quad 1 and 2 games so far this season. Zags are 7-1 in those same quad opportunities. And for the women's side of Gonzaga basketball, 7 times now, women's hoop star Lauren Whitaker takes home the WCC Freshman of the Week. What a year she's had. This week, she tallied 22 points, 10 rebounds in GU's big win over Portland at home. You're seeing now that was her 9th double-double this season, 7th in the nation among all freshmen. Whitaker now has a share of the last 4 Freshman of the Week awards. And the Colfax Bulldogs honored head coach Reese Jenkins this weekend. The state title-winning coach diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and the whole Colfax gym was packed to the brim with T-shirts colored purple, the color for pancreatic cancer awareness.
My phone has been ringing off the hook this week with people wanting to help, wanting to reach out, wanting to be a part of supporting Reese and his family and the community as well, because this is a community that we are tight. Our school is the middle of our community. We're a small school, and it's been an amazing thing sitting at the door tonight watching faces from the past.
You stay tuned tomorrow night for the full story on this special evening in Colfax. We're going to have it right here on 4 News Now. It was a really special night to get to just be there to witness that. All the purple shirts. I was mentioning in our last cast that everyone had the shirts on. The Liberty fans, the Colfax fans, all the students, the band. Pretty cool.
Just saw a lot of familiar faces in your video, too, but just a reminder that the basketball community is pretty small when you really look at it. All right, thanks so much, Jack. We'll be right back.
Mornings are getting delicious because
Jamie Oliver is back.
GMA this week. 3 mornings of Jamie cooking things up super tasty, super easy, and super healthy too.
Jamie Oliver, the one and only, baby.
This week on
Good Morning America. Come on.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The National RV Show is coming to the Spokane Convention Center January 15th to 19th. Multiple RV dealers, countless manufacturers, and unbeatable deals. All the newest travel trailers, fifth wheelers, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Shop Brinkley, Grand Design, Jayco, Bigfoot, and more. All with massive manufacturer discounts, free admission, live music, adult beverages, and you could win a new RV. Don't miss the National RV Show at the Spokane Convention Center. Schedule a VIP tour to save $1,000 at nationalrvshow.com.
Is it time to update your living spaces? Don't overspend at the big box store. Come see us at Consign Furniture. We have the largest selection of like-new consignment furniture in Liberty Lake. No long wait times on couches to dining sets, rugs, and more. And our team will deliver today. Inventory moves fast. Check us out online or stop by today.
Consign Furniture. It's the easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Tastes like money. To Oliver, eating here instead of buying a stadium hot dog is like putting away $20. If Oliver sees sandwiches as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo's right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Whoops. However you make money work, we can work with that.
You know, Donnie, when people hire the advocates, they don't just get me and you. They get a whole team of attorneys and paralegals ready to jump in and fight.
Gathering evidence, shutting down aggressive insurance adjusters.
Do what it takes.
Right. Hey, Ken, I'm ordering lunch. What do you want?
What are you getting?
A sandwich and potato soup.
There, you said it. Potato.
Ken, I'm joking. Nobody says it that way.
Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Advocate.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Warmest day of the week might have been today, but we're going to be close tomorrow. Hopefully with a little bit of sunshine, then I think we're going to get sucked in with the low clouds and fog for a while.
Well, check this out. Some skiers in Colorado are warning others about the potential threat of encountering an avalanche. The alert came after 3 people who went skiing in Rocky Mountain National Park over the weekend. 2 of them say they got caught in an avalanche that they helped trigger by the way they were skiing. One skier suffered a dislocated shoulder while grabbing a tree. Another skier was caught in the slide, but all 3 of them managed to escape without further injury. But how scary must that whole ordeal have been to have been right in the middle of it?
Oh, my word. They are very lucky to have walked away.
Yeah. Pretty wild, for sure. And of course, we've seen our fair share of avalanches, especially in the mountains in North Idaho over the years as well. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Nightside. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 and 6 o'clock, and we hope you can join us bright and early for Good Morning Northwest, which starts at 5 a.m. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.